I got my mom an Uber to come up to Pompano. We can keep rolling. Let's do this. I'm going to call my mom. Let's keep rolling.
Hello?
Are you moving?
Yeah.
Are you? Mom, are you being kidnapped? What's happening? All the Uber drivers have Teslas and Benzes and BMWs to pay off the Tesla, Benz, and BMW. I would rather be sexually degraded by a boss in front of my other employees than to ever be called a CEO. I think I hate Taylor Swift less than I do her followers and I think it's her fans that are so annoying to me. I feel like Lady Gaga's monsters would whip out like psychological thrillers. Like they'd f*** with my childhood. Would you f*** in your friend's bed at their house? Like their guest room bed? Or their bed?
Size though, because this would definitely give me a yeast infection.
I hate going to the gym and I can't stand being set up.
It feels like I just had a one-night stand and I'm like, where's his bed sheet? Oh,
Yikes.
Oh my God. I got my mom an Uber to come up to Pompano. We can keep rolling. She's like, your father has the car. It's a spot on impression of my mom. So I'm like, okay, I'll get you an Uber because I'm making you go all the way up to Pompano. What is going on in my relationship with my mom that she's like, get me a car service to do your podcast? Right after I quit my job. This is my mother in a nutshell. And it's in these moments that I'm like, you are a fucking Karen. You know that, right? She's like, I don't want to drive. I don't feel like, why is it in Pompano? And I'm like, you've seen the studio. It's like amazing. She goes, it's in Pompano. She says it like she's trying to like hack a hairball up. And she's like, well, even if your father didn't have the car, I don't want to drive to Pompano. And I was like, should I have my people call your people, Mom? Like, this is ridiculous. So I got my mother an Uber to come up to Pompano. And she's in a Tesla, which is hilarious because she's a 70-year-old boomer. So she probably thinks she's in a fucking rocket ship right now. And I said, you've been stopped for a while, making sure you're okay. Ugh, it's for sex. I go, are you okay? What's ugh? And then she goes, he is charging car? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Then she goes, Tesla. Then she goes, ugh, again. It's a two ugh situation for my mom.
So she's probably at like a Wawa.
In Miami Gardens at a Wawa charging station. Why wouldn't you charge the car before you pick up an Uber?
Yeah, it's a little weird. It sounds like you just got the Tesla, then you had to figure out the money part after. It's like, we just
Welcome to everybody in Miami. All the Uber drivers have Teslas and Benzes and BMWs to pay off the Tesla, Benz, and BMW. Or
your own boss, you know?
yeah, right. Fuck you. They're living the dream, you know? They're just out here grinding, making it happen. Literally, my Uber driver today, I was on the phone with my mom, and I even said to her, I go, okay, Mom, I'll get you the Uber. You know, I go, thank you for putting this on me after I just quit my job. And then I hang up and he goes, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but you just quit your job? And I said, yeah. And he goes, so did I. Cheers. Like this with his coffee. I was like, is there alcohol in there? And like never got an answer. And he goes, nothing is better than the freedom of not having a job. And I was like, are you doing anything else? Like, are you focusing on your business? He goes, right now, I'm just focusing on me. He goes, it's okay. I do Uber to pay bills. Like, and I was like, okay. She was supposed to arrive. It says 3:10. She was supposed to arrive at like 2:40. Ask him how. This is going to be a great solo episode. This is like an episode of Taken. Like, I just saw my mom's car not moving. And I was like, is he like into white women? Like, I don't know. He said 10 minutes almost done. I'm like, tell him no tip. This is ridiculous. He should have charged the fucking car beforehand. This is hilarious because he's probably explaining to my boomer mom what he's doing. She's explaining what, right, like, he's probably like, I need to charge the car. It's an electric car. I have to charge the Tesla. And she's probably like, oh, you need Wi-Fi for that, right? She's like, have you tried unplugging and plugging the car back in? Like, it's hilarious because this is a woman who can't double click on a mouse. And she doesn't do online banking because she's convinced it's like the government's way of stealing her identity. I kind of want her to like get out of the car and I'll just order another ride because now the ride is going to cost double. Right? I'm going to get this refunded. I'm going to be like, she got here 30 minutes later than what she should have. Let's do this. I'm going to call my mom. Let's keep rolling. She has no idea. She's like, I don't know why he's plugging his car in. Remote episode with my mom.
Hello?
Are you moving?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like around the Wawa or on the highway?
Just going.
Mom, are you being kidnapped? What's happening?
No.
This is another reason why I hate Elon Musk.
You just better hope the podcast goes good.
Mom, I'm thinking of, should I just turn around and send you home? Because you're not going to be here again for another 30 minutes. And now,
Why would you do that?
because this Uber's going to cost me an arm and a leg because he stopped for 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's not true. That's not true. Why, can't you do the podcast?
I can, but it's just the whole day's like running behind now.
Well, that's not a big thing.
For you, it's not a big thing.
But you always
Are
have
you
to
moving? Because it doesn't show you as moving.
Yes.
Hang on.
Where's the podcast? In a
It's in a big studio. I showed you a photo of it.
a studio. Oh, okay.
That's where podcasts are recorded, in studios.
Okay.
Say hi to Blondel and Sean.
Who?
Blondel and Sean.
Hi. I know who they are, but hello. I'm guessing you're part of the team.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
All right, Mom, I'm going to have you turn around and go back home because
No, that doesn't make any
you're not moving, Mom.
We're on. Let me ask him. How long would it take to get to Pompano right now? 53? 53.
53?
Yeah.
53 minutes or at 2:53?
Oh, 253? 3-3.
What?
3-3.
Mom, I'm sending you back home. I don't trust this guy.
No, I mean that's how long it's going to take.
I know, but you're going to be here in another 30 minutes and then we still have to record.
Well, that's not going to take long.
Are you moving?
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay.
Even if you do 15 minutes.
No, you can't do a 15-minute recording, Mom. That's not enough of an episode. Let me see what time.
Is it going into a documentary?
No, it's just my podcast.
Oh, just the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Mom, I think we should just send her back home because she's not even going to be here till 3:15 and it's 2:45.
Well, what's the big thing? What was the whole purpose then?
I'm just concerned because you guys aren't moving.
What do you want? Yes. No, well, let me check.
Hang on, Mom. I'll call you in 2
Do
seconds.
you want to change the address he wants to know?
Yes.
In Miami?
Yeah. Yeah. And tell him he's getting 1 star. I'm going full Karen right now. Guys, tell my mom. Shouldn't he have charged the Tesla before he picked her up?
You're too much. Okay. He's gonna send me back.
Okay.
So, go do the podcast without me.
Okay, I'll get you on the next one.
I'm only your mother.
You're going to be a guest on the next one, okay?
Okay. Okay, I love you.
All right, bye. Like, you can't not charge the car. It's a little weird. And then you take us 30 minutes out of the way, like, and my mom you heard you polite to be like, well, I was going to I had an appointment in Pompano. Yeah, she's just very polite, and I'm not. That's the irony is everybody thinks that Karen's the problem, but the Brittany is. Like, she's like, I'm not going to say that. And I'm like, tell him to go. Like, this should have been. She's like, okay, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And I'm like, no, time is money. And then she goes, you better make sure you have your questions ready for me. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know you had that many podcasts you had to do today, Mom. Great. Yeah, booked and busy. But anywho, give me a topic to talk about.
What about like CEOs, fembots?
Did you just say a CEO? No. I am over my dead body. I would rather be sexually degraded by a boss in front of my other employees than to ever be called a CEO. Why? Like, there's nothing more infantilizing and dismissive for women than these terms that are supposed to be empowering. Sean, you're fired, honestly, for even bringing that up.
Why you're CEO? Because you're fired.
I'm what? I'm just a CEO. Okay, and if you want, you can replace the C with cunt instead of chief. That makes everybody feel better. I'm a cunty executive officer. Okay. But there's all these like overdone terms for girls. It's like girl boss. It's like girl boss. Girl boss sounds like a costume that you put your toddler in, like your 4-year-old daughter in. It's like, oh, what is Emma gonna be for Halloween? A girl boss. A CEO.
Femboss, which sounds a little bit dominatrixy.
Femboss, yeah. Femboss like pegs you when that report ain't in on time. Femboss is real stoic, you know? Yeah. I'm not any of these. I don't want to. There's a lot of, that's all of that with girls. It's like, you are a queen bee, mama, femboss, bitch. Yes. CEO. She says no. Like, it's just very, no, I'm just a CEO. That's it. I don't like any of that stuff. There's a lot of that. Somebody the other day who's religious told me that they were God's girl. They were like, I'm one of God's girls. And I was like, even God is up there like, ugh. Please stop branding me like that. Like,
yeah, God's just like, what's up with all these new rules now, like soaking, and he's like, what the fuck you guys doing?
Yeah, God's like, I didn't allow any of that in the Bible. Yeah, that's the thing. It's sometimes I think people who are like whatever, if you're religious, that's great, but people like church peddlers are just really annoying. And I wonder if God ever looks down at his ambassadors and he's like, we got to get a better street team. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's like, no, not them. That's not. I'm God's girl. I'm like, shut up. That's like Lisa Frank for church kids. I feel that way about Taylor Swift too. I realized recently that it's very hack and not cool of me to hate on Taylor Swift the way that I have been. But I feel like I think I hate Taylor Swift less than I do her followers and I think it's her fans that are so annoying to me. Cause like church, it's like culty. Like they see no wrong. They're blind to like, they see her doing nothing wrong. They worship blindly. They don't really have a sense of self for them. You know what I mean? Like they don't have their own sense of direction or sense of self. So they're like, everything I do vicariously through God. I'm like, oh, when you suck your husband's dick, that's through God as well too? Is that too much? Probably. But you know what I mean? So I think that's what I hate about Taylor Swift fans, Swifties. I'm just like, God, you're so annoying. You're all just like the most basic CEOs. White women.
Screaming everything.
Yeah. Blindly. Like just living vicariously through her. And I'm like, get a backbone. And then I feel like the Beehive, like Beyonce's fans are just like, they'll cut you. Like they're cool. You know?
They're kind of like a little, I think Beyonce was the top dog for a little bit. I feel like it's just kind of falling.
Well, I think the Swifties are going to come for me. And you know what? I don't give a shit. It's fine. Because I can take them in a fight. I've thought about this. I can't take anybody who's a part of the Beehive in a fight. I'll lose. I know that. Or it's going to be a bloodbath. But a Swiftie, come on. She's probably vegan. She doesn't have a lot of muscle mass. Low iron. Frail. That's it.
What about Lady Gaga fans? The monsters?
I don't know. That's a good fight too. I'm not really a Lady Gaga monster. I like Lady Gaga. I don't go that hard for her. I am in the Beehive. So in an ideal world, I wouldn't fight anybody in the Beehive because they're family. The monsters, I feel like Lady Gaga's monsters would whip out like psychological thrillers. Like they'd fuck with my childhood and make me question my sexuality and my worth in life. You know what I mean? But a Swiftie, come on. What's she going to do? Hit me over the head with the Stanley Cup? Come on. You know, just that's all I got to do is actually steal her Stanley Cup, and her day's over. You know who has Stanleys? CEOs. The CEOs have Stanleys. But you know what I do? I refer to like Stanleys. The only time I didn't even know what a Stanley Cup, first off, when Stanley Cups and they were getting stolen across the country and they were all over the news cycle, I was like, how are hockey championship trophies? That's how you know I'm a dude. I was like, who's stealing? That's so fucked up. Aren't they heavy? Like, that's how out of touch with trends and typical girl things I am. I was like, who is stealing Stanley Cups? Someone call the NHL. Like, and then they were like, no, they're tumblers, or like tumblers, like water bottles. And I was like, oh, no. Those overpriced, blinged out water bottles? Like, no, thank you.
More of like Arrowhead water. Is that a girl? I know, like the 7-Eleven waters.
Okay, I'm not trash, Sean.
What's your water brand? What kind of water brand?
That says a lot about you, honestly.
It does. What is my water brand? Tap water. I can't even afford a Brita filter. What does that say about me? Trashy and malnourished. I'm a real down-to-earth gal.
What's your thoughts on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? He just released like a new skin and hair care product, and there's a little backlash because he has no hair, and it's just another product that he's pushing. And he's like, if I had hair, I wouldn't have used it.
I know a lot of people who have released books who don't have a fucking brain. But we're coming at The Rock because he doesn't have hair.
He's releasing a men's shampoo. He's bald guy.
He's used shampoo in his okay. This country is overflowing with problems. And we're like, you know what? Like, there is global warfare, severe immigration issues, poverty, homelessness. The dollar's been inflated to a point we haven't seen in years. Let's cancel a professional wrestler for releasing a toiletry. So that's my thought on that. I don't care. Also, do men even use shampoo? Don't men just use like 2-in-1 for everything? Exactly. And they just like, and that's it. They're out of the shower. Great. I know. I talk to my male best friends and they're like, I've never washed my feet in my life. And I'm like, they're like, I'm not bending down in the shower. Like, that's not how anything works. Wow. No. Male logic. Okay.
The chest right here, armpits.
That's an Italian shower. Italian shower is anywhere that you could perspire or get a stench. That's it. So you just do the pits, the pubes.
Do you face the faucet when you shower? Or
Face away. If I need to wake up, I face the faucet. If I'm relaxing, I face away. If I'm having sex in the shower, I face away. If I'm crying in the shower, I face towards the faucet. So it doesn't even feel. It doesn't feel like so I can't tell that I'm crying. Yeah.
We're like a music.
Let the rain fall down. Yeah, no, I'm not a. Baths apparently make you cleaner. That's what I heard. But I don't understand the logic behind that. You're sitting in your own filth.
It's kind of medieval.
Yeah, it feels a little maiden time. You ever pee in the shower after you wash your legs and feet and then you're like, God damn it.
I think I'd start off with a pee.
I can't control it though sometimes. Sometimes when I'm submerged in running water, my instincts kick in. The two men here are like, I don't do that. Do you guys pee in the pool?
No.
Blondel, don't. Really?
For sure.
Really? I want to tell you one person I would never be friends with, and it's the person who invented those things that they put in pools that where the water changes color to rat you out when you peed. Yeah. It's like, come on, fucking, like narc. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you also can tell how family friendly of a hotel pool it is by how much chlorine. Like, Because if there's more kids at the pool, I guarantee when you walk out to the hotel pool, it smells of chlorine because they're trying to get ahead of it. You have to. But I just think, I mean, everybody pees in the pool and it's okay. I think we need to normalize admitting that we've all done it. We definitely pee in the ocean. Ocean, yes. Adult Brittany still pees in the pool. I know I'm not the only one.
House or like a hotel or any pool?
I don't like this question. Now I'm really thinking about that. I wouldn't pee at a friend's house pool. I wouldn't pee in a friend's pool. I wouldn't pee in a friend's pool.
Because a friend's pool, they wouldn't even have that much chlorine in it,
Theoretically. Now, if a friend's pool had a lot of chlorine, then I would be like, are you killing people? Why do you have so much chlorine? It's a weird chemical.
Making a lot of hay, but you haven't used the bathroom in 4 hours.
We have to cut that out, but yeah. Drinking a lot of alcohol and you have to pee every 20 minutes.
Well, it's like the swim-up bar at a pool. I mean, that's just asking for it.
Oh, that's a urine-lined bar. It's two birds, one stone. And especially like people are drunk. Some of them don't even realize like they're peeing in the pool. No, I wouldn't pee at a friend's pool, unless they piss me off.
Definitely peed around friends in the ocean. That's like, you're good to go. I feel like I could be like a couple feet away in the currents.
Yeah, if you pee in Mother Nature's pool, it's fine. And then I would pee in a hotel pool because I'm like, everybody's doing it. You know what I mean? I just feel disconnected to the hotel. It's the same way you know what I mean? You guys don't know what I mean. It's like you're talking about peeing in pools. It's also like, would you fuck in your friend's bed at their house? Like their guest room bed or their bed?
It's the same.
It's the same, Sean. Go with it for the bit. It's just a bit. Yeah.
It's close. It's pretty comparable. Yeah.
It is comparable, right? It's getting your fluids all in their property. But it's the same way you would have sex in a hotel room bed and you're like, I just sit in my bed. I'm working with two virgins, obviously.
How about, because you stay in a lot of hotels, what's your thoughts on, I feel like all the hotels I'm going to now, like the showers, like the fucking water gets everywhere. Like they don't have like a door to it. Like you start showering, next thing you know, you have all these towels.
Yeah, I just had that happen. I ruined my high school prom dress that way. My mom, I didn't want to wear a dress that everybody else would wear, so I didn't go to whatever that store was at Dolphin Mall. The USA store, do you remember? I think it was something with USA in the title, and they sold like the tackiest, ugliest prom and like bridesmaids dresses. And then I didn't want to wear that because my worst fear was showing up to prom and somebody else has my dress. So then my mom and I went to like a really cute boutique and we spent a little more money, but we had this gorgeous green silk dress. Beautiful. And then I took it off and changed into my after prom outfit and I left it on the floor, which in hindsight was stupid. And then two people fucked in the hotel bathroom shower. And because it was poorly constructed, water got all over the bathroom and ruined my like $600, $500, whatever it was, silk prom gown.
That was before or after? Wow.
After prom, thank God. If it was before prom, I would have killed myself. Yeah, for sure. And I came home, my mom's like, where's the dress? And I was like, you don't want to know what it's covered in. And she was like, that was $400, $500. And I was like, okay, my bad. My mother goes, I go, I'm so mad. I'm sorry. You'll be on the next production day. Always think of these things when in a Tesla or any car. She's right. You're mad. I rushed all morning for your podcast. That's my mother.